All right, YouTube world. Here's Carwash Mike.
Hey guys, listen. You guys really do a good thing out there. A gentleman came to me, brought me a tank that I needed, and I really appreciated him. But you know what I've found? Homeless people and people out here in the street, it's getting harder and harder because I'm starting to realize people, there's so many that we're like overrunning each other like rats in a barrel. And today, guy asked me to do his car. Sure, I'm already in a bad place, and then you have people that want to take advantage of that. So it's 30 degrees, I'm out here freezing my balls off for this guy to short me half of what I get paid. Now, I'm one of those people, after today, he's gonna wish that he did what he was supposed to, because I can cut you off. I would starve first before I would allow him to get me again. So, on the lighter side of sports, I downloaded, everybody knows I like to read, and I downloaded a few things on my new phone so I can walk and listen to my books as opposed to having to carry them and put on my 97 pairs of glasses. So today, when I get done charging my phone, that's going to be my plan. I'm going to read while I walk. So I'm going to take it back to our host and find out what questions he may have for this week.
So who were you in high school?
Who was I?
Were you a popular kid? Were you the nerd? What were you?
High school. Okay. High school, I wanted to fit in. I came from Camden. My freshman year, I went to high school, Sterling High School, out Summerdale. And I within the first week, I was in the top 3% of the populars. Never did anything different than how I am today. I was just I guess because I was so smart. Out there they take education pretty seriously. And I without making an effort, I proved to them that I was worthy of being, quote unquote, in the upper middle class society.
So what's happiness look like to you?
Happiness to me is nothingness. The Asians in martial arts, let's put it that way, and in their living, they start out, wipe out, progress through different color belts, darker, darker, darker. Once you get to a black belt, they have circles. The circle, everything in life is a circle. Everything in life is a number. So, nothingness is happiness to me. What nothingness is you live within what society puts you. You adapt to any and all situations. You live life as we say today, in your own lane. The hardest thing in life to do is to express yourself. Express yourself truly. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do. There's a saying that they say, it's called, be water, my friend, be water. Which means, water, if you take water right now, put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water in a bowl, it becomes the bowl. If you put water in your body, it becomes you. But water, although it's the softest thing on earth, it's also the hardest, because water will penetrate anything. So, you want to be water. Water means you don't accept something just because you think you're going to get something. You don't appease a person because you feel as though it's going to lessen the severity of whatever you've done in life. Take responsibility for what you do. You can't blame others. I got a saying, how can I blame you when I did it to me? Which means, if you rob me, If I didn't have you in my company or have you around me, it wouldn't have happened. If you were a person that I welcome into my world. If you make my life miserable, it's not your fault, it's mine. The biggest word I have in my vocabulary is choice. Everything you do is a choice. You choose to blink. You choose to eat. You choose to swallow. You choose to walk. You choose to talk. You choose the words that you say. You choose to fall in love. You choose. There's nothing in your life that you do that wasn't your choice. If you get deep down in your soul, you'll realize every decision. Choice is bigger than the word war. Choice is bigger than death. Choice is bigger than love. Because for any of those things to happen, you have to choose to either participate or exclude yourself from it.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good answer.
What's the truth?
So, what do you think would be the most effective way to combat addiction? I know it's a tough question.
But it's a tough question, but I'm sure I have the answer. The people who are trying to treat addiction or think that they understand addiction, if you were an addict 5 years ago and you became clean, addiction is like cell phones and computers and any of the technology we have today. It changes every few months. And until you have people out here that may be part-time addicts in a particular genre of addiction, you will never understand it. Because what happened on Monday may be different by the following Monday. It's hard to combat something that grows. It grows and grows and grows. First of all, you got to learn what an addict will do for the money. You got to understand what an addict won't do. You got to understand how much they do. And if you're 5 years, 10 years clean, you'll never understand. Look at everything like technology. Addiction is technology because your body is always growing, always adapting. Like, how many people could be out here for 3-4 years in this cold and survive, but yet somebody who has a runny nose and living in a house with 4 bedroom walls and kitchen die? It's all about understanding what you have to do to survive. So to combat addiction, you can't always think, oh, I know what you're going through. You don't know. The hardest lesson I learned was when my mother had cancer 15 years, and she used to tell me how much pain and she would say, you don't know how much it hurts. And I used to say, Mom, yes I do. I didn't understand it till I got it. Then I realized, yo, this is something serious. But I had to have it to understand it. You cannot be clean. You cannot sit behind a desk and read a book and think you know how to combat addiction. Because even the medications they give us, addiction is something. So, you can't exclude people. You can't quarantine. You can't tell them, I know. You can't babysit them. There's people out here who've OD'd 4, 5, 6, 7 times and it doesn't stop. Certain people will just succumb to the addiction and will die from it. You have to find the ones that are willing to live. If you can't do it, then you can forget it.
We've actually talked to people who said they've been to rehab over 20 times.
Yeah, because what happens is, like anything else, if you play chess, if you play football, if you read a book, if you go to work, eventually you get tired and you say, you know, I'm not going to go to work tomorrow, or I'm not going to play any more of this, or I'm not going to do anything. But what happens is, as soon as you rest up, all those thoughts go away. Tired is a trigger. trigger. So a lot of these people go to rehab because they're tired, not because they want to quit. A lot of them go to rehab because they have no other resource. It's cold, it's rainy, or whatever, and they just want to get away for a little while. That's what I meant by expressing yourself. If you truly understand who you are, you will know if you really want to quit or if you want to continue. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing that anybody that's trying to help you. It's you. If you don't want to stop, you're not going to. Period. Point blank. There's people who go to get deployed to Afghanistan 15, 20 times. They're considered addicts too. They think you everything we do, you're an addict. You eat a certain food, you're addicted to it all the time. If you wear a certain type of clothes, you're addicted to it. They always say people, places, and things, but you were born by yourself. No one helped you. No one pulled you out of the womb but the doctor, and that person's not here anymore. So the bottom line is what I'm getting at. You can't stop addiction. Addiction is something that we live with. That it's a habit. You can't get rid of it. These people, a lot of them leave their kids. If you left something that you helped create to get high, then there's nothing that can be done for you until you decide, I want to go back.
All right, last question.
Sure.
Most responsible thing you've done this week?
Maintained me. The most responsible thing I did this week was maintain me. And I had a guy over here yesterday. I come out of my tent. He's here shooting up. I got neighbors and kids here. These kids mean nothing to me. I mean, I didn't born them. I only know them a few months. But I am not going to allow them to see an addiction. The most responsible thing I did was send this man out of this area. And he was tough at first, until I let him know, tough means nothing with me. I will do whatever I can in my power to make sure innocent kids, women, and children are void of all this garbage. So that was the most, and besides, wake up. I had to wake up, you know. People are counting on me to wake up. I don't know why. They count on me more than I count on myself. And I'm also getting tired of that. So my response, I'm just tired, aggravated, but as long as there's people like me out here on the front lines trying to help some of the people that need it, I guess, these guys have fortified me with a new insight on life. So, but the most responsible thing I did this week was wake up. See you guys.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate
Sure,
it.
no problem.